Hey folks, welcome to this week's World of Sport Wrestling review. This is for episode 4. So, let's just get straight into it. The recap at the beginning of the show that they have now is great. I think it's really nice to sort of catch up on what you did, what happened last week, and to see how the stories are progressing. That's good. So, match 1 is a women's championship. Bea Priestley versus Kaylee Ray. So I'm presuming that Bea Priestley had a rematch clause in her contract. However, I'm looking on the roster, and it seems that World of Sport Wrestling actually only have 5 females competing at the moment, which they sort of addressed. In as much as Stu Bennett said, there's a much smaller pool of competitors with women's wrestling in the UK rather than men's wrestling. Which is true, but I think maybe they could have swapped out some of the male people, the male roster for female rosters. But that's just me. Roster members, that's just me. Priestley attacks before the bell. Nice heel tactic there. She did a curb stomp again, but this time the camera sort of zoomed in and out rapidly, so you don't really get to see it. So it wasn't a cutaway. So that was a nice sort of difference to a cutaway. So I thought that was good. It is improving week on week, with pretty much across the board. The match was a bit of a slow burner, but once Kaylee Ray gets started, it's great. She's a great competitor. I think she's brilliant. Viper then interrupts, and curiously, Steve Linsky doesn't cancel the match right there. There's a disqualification because I thought actually that Viper was going to be going simply for Kaylee Ray, but she actually went for both Bea Priestley and Kaylee Ray. And she kept, she was saying it's much as Ashby getting a title shot, blah blah blah. So further interruption by making our World of Sport debut was Aisha. Meant to end and ended in a schmoz, and the match was cancelled by Stu Bennett. But it leads into an all-female over-the-top rope battle royal next week, which I'm very excited about. So another backstage segment with Grado and Stu. Looks like Grado has to find a tag team partner, but no clues as to who it is. Match 2, Will Ospreay versus Martin Kirby. Kirby comes out to the loudest boos that I've heard in World of Sport so far, and but he attacked Will Ospreay before the start, which is a wee bit samey, because the same thing happened in the women's match previously. But sometimes the filming schedules, maybe they film things out of sync, and maybe that got missed. Alex Shane rightly points out that Ospreay is way too fast sometimes in terms of you can't actually see what he's doing. He might have mixed up 3 or 4 moves into about 1 second bursts. It's incredible. He is absolutely brilliant. Martin Kirby's tilt-a-whirl backbreaker was a thing of beauty. It was just awesome. And Will's use of the ropes is incredible too, but it must hurt. I'm sure it must hurt him badly. He's got star written all over him though. I think he's going to go far, and you can just tell. Val mentioned that in the earlier match that Bea Priestley is romantically attached to Will Ospreay, so that's another sort of element we can come in further down the road. They're quite good at building things, which you can sort of start to write on further down the road. I quite like that. One thing that I would like to see is Martin. He could have taken a leaf out of Martin Kirby's book in terms of Martin Kirby has a really stiff style, and it really looks if the things that he'll do, they look really dangerous and sore. Which I quite like that the stiffness of it. So that's pretty good. Stu Bennett naming all moves was a nice touch because, as I said, Will Ospreay that actually does about 3 or 4 different things in a 1 second burst. So it's kind of like sometimes you miss certain things, and then when you watch it back, you go, oh, I actually did do that in the middle of there. It kind of reminded me how when Joey Styles, he did that sort of shoot interview where he was deliberately told to ignore moves and holds. I like to see that they're doing the opposite here. Val is always interesting, but has been quiet thus far in the sort of the program. I love Kirby's crab walk on the rope, but I'm not entirely sure offensively he's going to do with that. I don't know whether it's just a taunting thing. I don't know what it is, but it's cool anyway. Um, the Yeah, it did like Will Ospreay to finish up did something. I don't know exactly what it was, but it looked to me like some kind of corkscrew F5. It was mind blowing and it was brilliant. I don't know what the name of it is though. So match three, Robbie X and Crater versus Grado and the surprise partner, who turns out to be Davy Boy Smith Jr. And I shouted yes at my telly when it came out because I just love the guy. He can do no wrong to me. So I think that's brilliant. It's nice that they sort of kept that as a surprise as well. Um, he shook. I noticed he shook a kid's hand in the autograph in the audience, and the kid was like, "Oh," and that was really nice to see. It's nice to see kids at the front of the audience enjoying it, enjoying the show, which is what you used to see a lot. If you remember back to like when Hulk Hogan, I remember a match. I think it was Survivor Series or SummerSlam. Hulk Hogan versus Undertaker, and the kids at the front of the audience are just like they're so scared of Undertaker, and then when Hulk Hogan comes out, they're so happy. It's just I like to see that. It's a nice thing to see. Um, so um, so I feel kind of I feel kind of there was a lot of comedy stuff in terms of Grado and Crater and Grado and the tag David Boy Smith in, who is actually he's actually huge. He's actually taller than Crater, believe it or not. So that was the guy is just physically amazing though. He really is. Genetically gifted, one could say. I feel sorry for Robbie X because he's getting his stuff in, but the crowd won't cheer for him because one, he's aligned with Crater, and two, he's against Grado and Davy Boy Smith. But Robbie X always impresses, and I think he's fantastic with his rolls and his flips. I think he's great. But he sort of redeems himself by being upset at Crater when Crater does the sort of heel tactics. Grado did a lovely snap suplex actually, which goes to show Grado I think sometimes hides how good a wrestler he actually is. But he did a lovely snap suplex there, and I thought that was great. Uh, so Crater catches Robbie X and then dumps him like a sack of spanners on the ground, and it looked horrible. And he goes to leave, but just stands, he just stands in the middle of the ramp, facing away from the ring, and then obviously they pin Robbie X, and he heads back to the ring to try and punish Robbie, but David Boy Smith and Grado saves Robbie, so that was nice to see, and it leads on to Robbie X as a face, which is great, baby face. So I'd say that was match for me. That was match of the night for me. I loved that. Could never go wrong with those competitors at all. So match four turned out to be a triple threat. I was confused because it was sort of advertised as a fatal four way, but or rather a four way, but. Turned out to be a triple threat because Nathan Cruz said that he didn't want Adam Maxted's lovely looks to get damaged, which was interesting. The bromance are going to be, I think, sort of fan favourites. I think that's what they're trying to build it up as, and I think it's working. So Joe Hendry and Justin Sizem. Now I got the feeling, I could be wrong, but I got the feeling that the Sizem push is organic, and as much as I feel like they were wanting Joe Hendry to be sort of the babyface challenger for the World of Sport title, but it's actually Justin Sizem. Every time he comes out, he gets the loudest cheers of the night. Actually, between him and Grado and Davey Boy Smith Jr. that particular night, I'd say Justin Sizem actually got the louder cheers, and it just seems to be organic that way. The guy has so much charisma. It's brilliant, and it's great to see. I like to see that kind of thing come through naturally, rather than having it try and push it on you. So Nathan Cruz. Now, for people that watched the 2 weeks ago, I wasn't that impressed with him in his last match, but he actually won me over a bit tonight. Although it's really hard to outshine somebody like Justin Sizem. And then Nathan Cruz, probably move of the night for me, or one of the moves of the night, was Nathan Cruz. He had a lovely Michinoku driver, which I thought that's just one of my favourite moves. Same with the snap suplex. There's certain moves that I love to see and love to see done well, so I'm happy with that. Everybody's going to get a different thing out of it, but, you know, that's for me, and I'm happy with it. So Seism spears, and something I've never seen before, Seism spears Cruz through the second rope. I mean, you're saying, well, that's not that exciting. He did it from outside the ring and jumped in. I've never seen that in my life. It was brilliant. And probably that's one of the moves of the night as well, just because it was so unexpected. And he did this, I didn't catch the full name of the move, it's discus something, but it sort of spins in mid-air and sort of like a discus, funnily enough, and sort of tackled into Nathan Cruz for the win. Joe Hendry seemed to end up outside and not doing anything for whatever reason, I don't know why. So that was really great to see. I kind of got the feeling that maybe Joe Hendry was supposed to win that one, but they changed it to Justin Seism. So I mean, Seism really, really impressed me, and I was really happy with that. So the sort of teaser for next week, we're going to have 2 tag team semi-finals, which is great. There's going to be a 2-on-1 handicap match against Crater. Don't know who the two against Crater are going to be yet. So I like that they keep things secret. I like that because it entices you to watch more. And I'm really excited for the over the top rope battle royale for the women. Now there's only five female competitors in World of Sport Wrestling, but maybe there'll be a surprise entrant. Don't know yet, so we'll just have to see on that one. But again, really impressed with this week on World of Sport Wrestling, and I can't wait for next week. That's what it's all about. They're doing their job in as much as, you know, you watch it, you think that was great, I want more. And if you're leaving them wanting more, you're doing a great job. So once again, thank you for watching. Do give me a subscribe and a like and a share and all that kind of thing, especially on Facebook and Twitter, because that really helps me. So thank you very much for watching. Goodbye.